Welcome to the 2017 CCAI Foster Youth Internship Congressional Briefing. As foster care alumni of the foster care system, we are here today to share our experiences, as well as provide you all with solutions to the problems we have overcome. Each one of us is here today because despite the obstacles that were set before us, we unlocked that potential. We have been called the success stories as the ones who beat the odds. Although this may be true, we want to set a foundation for all those who come behind us. We stand before you today to provide keys to unlocking child welfare reform for all foster youth who deserve equal opportunity in all capacities to reach their full potential.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here today. When I entered foster care at the age of 14, I did not have the voice and ability to advocate for myself like I do now, because I didn't know how or what I can advocate for. I was never told of my rights as a foster youth. There was no information given to me about my right to have my personal documents, attend court hearings, receive an allowance, or to visit my siblings. Without knowing my rights, I wasn't empowered to advocate for myself the way I could have if I had known them. When I look back at my time in care, I know that having and knowing my rights would have better prepared me for post-secondary education and increased my access to independent living skills, adequate housing, and other resources. This is why I am proposing that Congress develop a federal foster care bill of rights, and to ensure youth receive these rights at the age of 12 and enforce the provisions of the Preventing Sex Trafficking and Strengthening Families Act to ensure states are complying with its requirements. The fight for a federal foster care bill of rights is not new. In fact, the first foster care bill of rights was ratified in Philadelphia in 1973. Even with the movement building momentum for over 40 years, there currently is still not a federal foster care bill of rights. However, with the Preventing Sex Trafficking and Strengthening Families Act of 2014, Congress took an extraordinary step in protecting foster youth by legislating that all foster youth are entitled to a document with their rights. Congress can build on this progress by ensuring that all foster youth have a universal standard of rights. With this in mind, Congress should direct the Department of Health and Human Services to develop the Foster Care Bill of Rights by convening a work group comprised of former and current foster youth, foster and birth parents, caseworkers, judicial officials, children's advocates, and others as approved. The Preventing Sex Trafficking and Strengthening Families Act should be amended so that youth receive a new federal foster care bill of rights starting at the age of 12 and to receive an annual updated copy that shall be signed by the youth. Finally, Congress should ensure that states are complying with the provisions of the Preventing Sex Trafficking and Strengthening Families Act so that every foster youth is given a list of these federal rights and that stakeholders are given training on what rights are afforded to foster youth. Typically, foster youth outcomes are well below the national averages. Studies by leading research organizations highlight the high risk of incarceration, school dropout rate, and the increasing rate of homelessness for youth who age out of foster care. There are staggering statistics surrounding foster care, such as 15% of foster youth pursue post-secondary education and only 3% obtain a college degree. It is my hope that by empowering youth with the tools to advocate for themselves, we can create better outcomes for my foster brothers and sisters. Thank you. On behalf of the 2017 Foster Youth Interns, I want to thank you for taking your time to hear our recommendations for child welfare reform. Today, we utilize the story of me to better the stories of us and paint a beautiful picture of we. Please remember, if we are the keys to unlocking potential in child welfare reform, then you are the hand that turns the lock. Thank you.